the branding. I don't have the name recognition of the individual that I'm running against. So I was trying to tell myself, well, what do I need to say? How do I get people to understand who I am? To get them to understand my conservative principles, my values, my morals. How do I spread this word? And when I stepped up here, I realized that, this is so much bigger than me. This is about Texas. I just happen to be an individual that was blessed to have an opportunity to speak to you all and have an opportunity to perhaps make a change in Texas and in America. And it wasn't an easy decision to make. I had no goals to run for office. I've started my company 19 years ago in my dining room. I have a wonderful wife, I have a nice family, and things were good. And when someone asked me from the Republican Party actually to run against a rhino, I was hesitant. But I realized that our country and our state is at a crossroads. And my father and my wife's father, they fought for our country. And, I think about our forefathers, and it really wasn't that many generations ago that they stepped up and they risked their lives, their fortunes, and they went to battle with muskets to fight against an oppressive government that didn't listen to the citizens, to Americans, and they fought for our freedoms and our liberties. And unfortunately, it seems as though history has repeated itself. That once again we have an oppressive government that is enslaving its citizens with taxes and rules and regulations, and they're not listening to us, and they're pushing bills through that they haven't even read. And I realized it was my patriotic duty to step forward and perhaps take the battle and take some bullets, if you will. But this is a birth-given right that we have today. We still have the right to vote. And on March 2nd, March 3rd, when the primary arrives, I will be battling against an individual that thinks he's invincible. I will be battling the final first months of January, February, March. Well, they will try to paint me as a right-wing, probably Christian extremist.
Oh, what a crime!
I kind of wear that badge with honor. So if that's the best that they have to throw at me, let it come on. My favorite movie is Mel Gibson's The Patriot. And there's a scene in that movie where Mel Gibson's son enters a church, and he goes to the townspeople, and he's looking for individuals to step up and fight for our freedom and our liberty. And they're all silent, as we've been silent for too long. And his girlfriend gives an impassioned speech. And she says to the church followers, "You all are as ardent patriots as I. Will you now, when you are needed most, stop at only words? I ask you that you act upon the beliefs of which you have so strongly spoken, and which you so strongly believe." This passage may have been spoken at the foundation of our country when they signed the Declaration of Independence. And it holds true today. Because I'm asking you all, as a humble businessman running for office for the first time, that you step up, you no longer be idle, and you vote in the primary. That you give us an opportunity to bring conservative, social and fiscal conservative values down to the House of Representatives. And as it was mentioned earlier by Diane, who by the way talked me into running, it's pretty hard to say no to her. She made the comment about, as California goes, so goes Texas. Well, let's look at the big states in our country. California, liberal, socialist, secular, and they're bankrupt. New York, bankrupt. Florida, bankrupt. So Texas now, for the first time, could truly take a leadership position in the direction of our country. We're a $1 trillion economy. If we were a country, we'd be the 15th largest country, economic powerhouse in the world. Texas created more jobs in 2008. 70% of the jobs were created in Texas in the entire nation. Because of who we are, we have the ability to control and affect the curriculum that our children are being exposed to. Now, I don't know about you, but when you look at the textbooks and you hear the lectures that our children are being exposed to, it's secular in nature. We have the ability, because of who we are in Texas, to drive that to the right-wing, conservative, democratic, capitalistic philosophies. So I ask you, as I go into this battle, to stand with me. To stand with me as I battle for you to reduce taxes, for limited government, for family values, so that our parents have the opportunity and the right to determine the best interests of their children. I ask you to stand with me when I fight to protect our borders and ensure that not only our state, but our country maintains its sovereignty. This is going to be a difficult battle, and I recognize it, and my wife recognizes it as well. But as I said, I'm a business person, and I want to bring business conservative principles down to Austin. So I ask you to stand with me when I travel to Austin, and I try to bring true patriotic statesmanship to our House of Representatives. And do not be fooled. The Republicans hold a majority by just 2 votes. And as is mentioned earlier, the individual that I'm running against is a rhino. So even though he falls on the ticket as though he's a Republican, he votes as a liberal Democrat. We can lose our state if we do not step up. The time to be idle is past. We can no longer be silent. We must step up, be vocal, be patriots, be proud of it. Thank you so very much. God bless Texas. God bless America. And God bless every one of you. Thank you.